Been talking a lot about voter suppression and the charges that have been made by Stacey Abrams, and certainly the right to vote and how that is defined in the state, and the new voting booths and versus paper ballot versus some of the technology. It is an issue that is omnipresent here in this state. So on this date in history, this is a story we're talking about. It's called the grandfather clause, and it is a common term used today when dealing with legal papers and contracts. And the creation of the term highlights a different time in Georgia. It was on this day in 1907, the governor named Hoke Smith proposed amending Georgia's constitution by imposing what was called a literacy test as a requirement for registering to vote. So the requirements to vote included being male, and you had to be at least 21 years of age, a resident for 1 year. Didn't mention race, but the literacy test disqualified a lot of African-American men. In the early 1900s, there were few opportunities for formal education in the state. The only exemptions to the test would favor white men. For example, owning 40 acres or more of land, having taxable property worth about $500. There was also an exemption for those who served in the Civil War and their descendants, because many men in Georgia had grandfathers who had fought in the Confederacy. So the provision became known as the grandfather clause, and it was something that certainly was bannered about politically in the state for a large portion of the 20th century. Georgia voters approved the amendment in October of 1908. 6 other southern states had similar versions, and it took the Voting Rights Act of 1965 to overturn that grandfather clause.